Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is a rare treat. The edition in my hand, a 1,000-piece stainless steel edition of 1,000 pieces for the 2017 model year. It is the Panerai Mare Nostrum Chronograph PAM00716. And while Panerai is an unreliable narrator of its own history, it would say this watch calls back to a 1943 prototype made by Panerai during its combat watch supply days. But the nearest direct relation is probably the 1993 reference 5218-301A, which was actually one of the first three Panerai models launched on the fantail of a destroyer of the Italian Navy named after Luigi Durand de la Penne, the mastermind of the attack on the British base of Alexandria in World War II. So the first three watches were the Luminor with two hands, the Luminor Marina with small seconds, and the Mare Nostrum Chronograph. The Rajamir wouldn't appear until the PAM00716 of 1997, and the watch in my hand only appears maybe once or twice a generation. It's the second Panerai case from the original lineup, but it's not a common sight. Mare Nostrum, or RC in Italian, refers to the way the Italians see the Mediterranean. It is our sea. And on my wrist, which is half Italian, you can see it wears large. Now, if you like the oversized look, this is fine. If you want it to be proportional aesthetically, I'd say your wrist should probably be a little bit bigger than mine. My wrist is 16 centimeters circumference, and the watch, which is 53.2 lug-to-lug, just barely hangs out beyond the edge of my wrist. The lugs are slightly beyond the edge. I'll let you decide whether this looks like a good fit. My wrist is 16 centimeters circumference. The watch is 42 millimeters in diameter, 53.2 lug-to-lug. There's a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs, and it's thin for a Panerai at 12.1 millimeters thick. The strap is substantial. You can see it's a Panerai factory strap. No crimping, no gouging, calfskin on the bottom. We have a sort of medium blue matte alligator leather on the top. You can see it's got a little bit of bolstering. The edge has been folded. It's got a monotone stitch, and it's equipped with a simple and iconic Panerai pin buckle in steel. Now you'll note the pin buckle is fixed to the case using screws and bars, and the strap is fixed to the case using screws and bars. I guess to be precise, the buckle is fixed to the strap using screws and bars, and then the strap is fixed to the case using screws and bars. So no spring bars here. If you are a Paneristi, you're well familiar with the Mare Nostrum, and you probably already have the screwdrivers to start strap swapping. Between the lugs, we have a very squared off profile with polish. The case flanks are polished, the lugs are blended in. We have this sort of circular brushed finish that runs across the hoods of the lugs. Despite the knurling on the bezel, it is not a rotating bezel, it's fixed, and it features a tachymetric scale that is calibrated in kilometers per hour. As you can see, the dial is simple, no date blue matte finish. It's got a little bit of a Fotina tint to it. Twin register, and it is a modular chronograph. The movement is pretty much the same as used in the original 5218-301A. So we've got a manual wind ETA 28012 base, and then on top of that is a Dubois-Dupraz vertical clutch chronograph module. So the vertical clutch makes for very smooth engagement. If you're wondering why the chronograph pushers are above the center line of the Mare Nostrum branded crown, it's because the module sits on top of the base caliber. The base caliber is manual wind 4 Hertz. It does feature hacking seconds. It's got a 42-hour power reserve. We'll demonstrate the hacking second function now. And you can see that the hands are blued, so all you really see is the luminescent element. You can see there's no shortage of lume. It lives up to the reputation of Panerai, past and present, for luminescence. Now the crown is a screw down, and you can see it's a model-specific Mare Nostrum branded crown. This is a 50-meter water-resistant watch, but with a screw-down crown and 50-meter water resistance, this is suitable for swimming on the surface. You can see the unusual fabrication of the case is very true to the 1993 original. And of course, that watch didn't really survive into the Vendôme era, although occasionally it comes back as a special edition, like, for example, the ginormous PAM300 with the Minerva caliber. But this is very true to the original in terms of size, dial, case design. Even the movement with the ETA base and the DD module is true to the original. Now, the movement's also COSC certified and 5-position adjusted, So it is a chronometer in addition to its other graces. While not a luxurious movement, it should be a very tough, reliable, and accurate one. And because of the vertical clutch, you can see there's no extraneous movement when you start up the chronograph. That's one advantage over the integrated 7750, which has a pretty precise oscillating pinion, but pretty precise is not seamless, and a vertical clutch is seamless. Turning it all over, you can see there's a little bit more than a standard Panerai in terms of the signatures present, the unique screwed-in caseback, individually numbered out of 1,000. The watch does come with its full boxed set, so you've got the special edition certificate, the wooden box, and then you have a small model of the Durand de la Pen, which is the destroyer on which this model, as the 5218-301A, was originally launched in 1993. So you've got a little piece of Panerai history with your Mare Nostrum re-edition. If you don't want a Panerai that looks like all the others, this is the cure for the common Luminor. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing.